Here's a 455 olds I just bought. It's got the C heads on it. I briefly looked at the casting code on it. I'll pull up the codes and look it up later. It's got HEI distributor. I didn't even notice it had a 2-barrel carburetor, but or a 2-barrel intake, but I don't plan on using the intake anyway, so it don't matter. So that's awesome. I got all these other 455 parts over here anyways. Got my Grand National on the lift still. So, yep, gonna put it in here. I'm tearing apart this 455 olds, and yeah, it's got a stuck valve. It had a bent push rod. I was trying to rotate the engine, and yeah, it wasn't wanting to rotate. So, as you can tell, oh, it's coming back up now. But yeah, that valve's stuck. So the heads definitely need to be rebuilt. I'm seeing some other stuff that's kind of, I'm not sure of. Usually Oldsmobile spark plugs have a longer shank to them. Hopefully my camera will focus. These could have just been plugs just to simply plug up the holes while it was sitting, but more than likely that's not the right plug anyways. So I'm gonna probably start tearing this engine apart, seeing what it looks like on the inside. Still has a splash shield in it, so I kind of like that. So yeah, I guess I'll just tear it apart now. I'm learning some stuff right now. I'll go ahead and show you what I'm talking about, but yeah, I definitely have a problem with what spark plugs I've been running. I've been running those longer reach plugs on all of my 307s, and they work good. Those 307 heads do have pretty much just a thicker area, so I kind of thought all Oldsmobiles were like that. Well, apparently they're not. So I'll go ahead and show you a set of cylinder heads that are off of my that are a 72 350 olds. That probably had something to do with some running issues, but the same problem. The big block, the 455 heads, look essentially the same on the insides. Okay, these are 350 heads. These are the long shank plugs. That's a short one. But if you look in, oh, my bad. But if you look in here, how much further that one's sticking in or sticking out, and then that one looks a little bit normal. This plug has actually been tightened down too. This one needs to be tightened down a little bit so it'll protrude through a little bit further, but that's about what you want them to look like anyways. So yeah, I've probably been running the wrong plugs for quite some time now, trying to make these engines work. So that's kind of a thing I wish I would have found out a little bit sooner. Back over here, these need some cleaning up, but the dipstick, it broke off because it was cracking out. So I'm just gonna go ahead and clean this up a little bit. I'm gonna have to get a new gasket kit, probably get a new turkey tray too, since this one looks like it's been used a time or two. Fun stuff. Here's another thing. I measured one of these gaskets right between here, and it's measuring about 24 thousandths. I do think that they reuse these head gaskets at some point in time also. Turkey tray gasket, I'm just gonna throw that away. I think I hear blue jays right now. This engine, all we're going to do is just do a gasket kit. That's it. I'm going to have to take off the pan. Well, I already mentioned it, but I'm going to have to take off the pan to get that dipstick tube out. So that's pretty much it. Probably just order some intake gaskets, since that doesn't come with a gasket kit. And then a gasket kit. I'll have to switch out some of those water pump bolts too for the studs.